So in this video, I'm actually gonna just be covering my past two phenomenal trade opportunities that I banked on here on Euro AUD and Euro USD here. So let's start with Euro AUD. Very simple. Working on the 2-hour time frame here, and when we had a large push in sellers here, this created from this lower high point to this low, it was a gigantic push in sellers, and that actually created in this highlighted box here an imbalance. And if we know anything about basic economics, supply needs to equal demand, create some equilibrium before the market can continue on in its desired direction. And in this case, we're in a downtrend. So it's conducive to us as day traders and swing traders to ride the waves of the market, to go in the direction that it's primarily moving. And they say that, the trend is relative, all that. So for me, I'm primarily working on the 4-hour, which in this case, it's a clear downtrend right now. And then to tidy up the trade, I'm dropping down on the lower time frame, on the 2-hour time frame, where that imbalance was created. So I'm actually projecting. What I'm doing here is analyzing how far the pullback off of this specific leg right here is going to be going from here to here. And then to add an extra confirmation on there, what I did was I drew the fib from that most recent keyword, most recent lower high point down to that specific low. Point A, point B, and then point C. In this specific area, our area of confluence is where our sell position is being taken. You can also see it's at a key market zone right here. It's also at the 61.8 through the 70.5% level. It's also a key lower high point. Guess what? When the market eventually pulled back into the predicted area for a sell position, guess what? It tapped right into our 50 EMA, adding another confirmation on top of that. And if you want to get very specific, we tapped right into the 167,400 price level. You could call that a psychological level, another price confirmation. So all in all, once price spiked into here, leaving a nice wick behind here, if we measure that wick out right here, 17 pip wick, pretty much. And if we know anything about wicks, if we use it as a general, another key word, just a general confirmation combined with everything else, whichever way the wick is pointing is going to show weakness in the direction that it's pointing. So what do I mean by that is, if the wick is pointing upwards, that's showing a lot of weakness in buyers. Price spiked up, came into our area of confluence, closed right back down here. If you see that close of these two candles right below that key market zone here on the 2-hour time frame, once it comes into there, without any hesitation, because we have our confirmations, you take the trade. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet here, because we have our entry confirmations, but just as important is where we're exiting at. So if we're entering at one zone and one area of confluence, I'm also going to be exiting at the very next significant market zone as well, which I actually already put on the 4-hour time frame here. Massive area right here of rejection. Once again, well, let's see, that happened at on August 3rd. That same exact area was respected exactly a month later on September 3rd. August 3rd, big rejection. September 3rd, massive rejection. This already spiked for 1, 2, 3 separate times here, leaving wicks behind. You can use those as the guiding tools. So, I mean, we're on the 4-hour time frame, so that's 12 hours of rejection right here. About, let's see, that's September 3rd, about a week later. And the same thing happened here. Entry, exit. This bad boy went for 87 to 89 pips here. And if we look down, that was the perfect area to exit, because the moment it came back into that 4-hour zone, you guessed it, it immediately rejected. Perfect entry point, perfect exiting point. Came in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, times that by 2 because we're on the 2-hour time frame. This trade lasted 8 hours. You're in and out, and you made your money for the week. Next up, EURAUD. Also working on the euro pair here, 4-hour time frame. Similar situation, except honestly it's a cleaner downtrend. High, lower high. Well, this will be the lower high, lower high, lower high. Most recent lower high would be right here. Now, with EURAUD, there's been a large push in sellers, leaving behind 1, 2, 3 imbalances. And I actually noted these as my primary areas of interest here. Now, the most recent area of interest was that most recent imbalance created by this large bearish engulfing candle, leaving behind an imbalance layered upon a 4-hour key market zone as well. Same deal with the fibs though, because with this large push, all I'm doing here is highlighting the most recent lower high point right here, my low, connecting the fib from here, from A to B, and I push the numbers to the side so I can focus on price and the zones instead of the fibs. Leave them to the side here. It's also at a key level right here. Could call this the 1 point, put it at the quarter point, 1.07675. I like working with the quarter points here. Quarter points being 25, 50, 75, and the flat 100 numbers. So like 1.07625, 650, 675 in this case was punctured into. And that could be another price confirmation. And same deal as EURAUD before. Price spiked into this area of Confluence. It spiked into the market zone. It spiked into the imbalance, second confirmation, leaving another gigantic wick behind here. If I move this out of the way. We measured this wick out. That is a 23 pip wick. Again, puncturing into that 50 EMA, another confirmation, and that's all you need. You take the trade. Again, that is our entry point right here, spiked into the 61.8 as well, closed below the zone, closed below the imbalance, entering at this area of interest right here, highlighted, exiting, you guessed it, another key market zone on that 4-hour time frame. Let's get a 2-hour perspective on this. See that? Rejection, 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 and you guessed it, another clean rejection right here. Entry, exit, keep it simple. Now, what we could see now, because I do have this continuing on downwards, perhaps breaking that low point here. We'll see. that 2-hour zone, 2-hour and 4-hour zone, realistically, was rejected as well. So we could perhaps see this coming on down here. We got to see a retest right here, and then could see it perhaps continue on downward. So we're not done here. This is a very clean downtrend on EURUSD, so I'm going to continue looking for really clean sell positions on this currency pair as well as Euro AUD going forward. So again, it's only Tuesday. We still got a lot of trading to do this week, and that is the plays from Monday so far. So hope you got some value from this. Keep it simple. Keep your risk clean. Again, when these confirmations line up in the market, you take the trade without hesitation. If you want to analyze the risk to reward, this is going to be a 1 to 2.23 risk to reward. And then if you wanted to do a risk to reward on this, let's take the short position out, 61.8. Stop loss above that 78.6 level right here. Yeah, this is about another 2 to 1, or in this case 1 to 2 risk to reward. So for both of these trades, 1 to 2 risk to reward would mean that we would be doubling what we could possibly lose on these two trades here. So this is what I'm looking for. I normally aim for at least a 1 to 3 risk to reward, where I'm going to be tripling what I can make, and so on and so forth. 1 to 4, 1 to 5. Sometimes you get 1 to 8 and 1 to 10 risk to rewards. And obviously the higher it is, the better. The higher the risk to reward is, the better your trade opportunity is going to be. So again, hope you got some value from this. Want to keep these videos short and sweet and to the point with these trade highlights and trade insights going forward. So take care, and until next time, folks.